Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, GWT family, wherever you guys are in the world. My name is Jason Keane, aka Little Jace, your ambassador of the month, and I'd like to welcome each and every one of you to our very, very special Sunday night webinar. There's so many people on this webinar. I'm excited. Cannot believe how many people are on this webinar right now. It's absolutely amazing. Firstly, I'd like to express my gratitude for being able to host the Ambassador of the Month, and more so now because of who I'm about to share the stage with on tonight's webinar. I'm very thankful for the opportunity, and I hope everyone is as excited as I am, because I think we all know at this point who is going to be joining us on tonight's webinar. And if you don't already know, well, I don't know what rock you've been sleeping under, but don't worry, because I've got you covered. I'll be introducing all three very special guests at once. So please take your seats and let me get straight to it. Our first special guest is GWT's Chief Technology Officer, aka our website genius. He's had over 10 years experience in his field, and he's been with GWT since 2006. And I'm sure he'll be delivering to us some exciting news on our upcoming brand new websites. Our next special guest that I'll be introducing is GWT's very own Miss Sanaz, Hooman, who is, of course, our product development genius. I actually had the privilege of meeting Sanaz at the showroom prior to convention starting, and she's an absolutely amazing woman and leader, so approachable. Actually, she approached me. That's how approachable she is, and down to earth. She took time out of her very busy day to tell me her story, and she understands exactly what it's like to be out in the field. And one thing, just personally, what I wanted to share was, one thing that I noticed about Sanaz is that, you know, she has this chip on her shoulder that she's absolutely determined to make sure we have the best of the best products, that no competition can even get close to us. And when I realized that, and that fire in her eyes, I immediately knew we're always going to have the best products, and she'll never, ever allow us to not have anything less. So thank you, Sanaz. And of course, last but certainly not least, who I'm introducing is, of course, you know, I believe this man needs no introduction. I honestly cannot say enough about this man. He is, of course, our CEO and founder, Mr. Mesgarlou. I had the privilege of meeting Ramin, as so did a lot of LCs at convention. And, you know, I tell you what, so down to earth, takes so much time to listen and speak with all of his LCs. He just, you know, it epitomizes leadership and patience. You know, so many people wanting to speak to him, and he just takes his time to chat with all of us, get to know us. And of course, he knows exactly what it's like to be out in the field, as he's had tons of experience. He's definitely lit a fire under me that could only have been lit at convention, and I can't really express in a lot of words my thoughts of this man. But you know what? He's definitely inspired me to be the #1 network marketer, not just in GWT, but in the world, and that is my goal. And without any further ado, please let me introduce to you guys our very special guest for tonight's Sunday webinar. Sanaz, are you with me?
I'm right here, Jace. Can you hear me okay?
Yep, I can hear you loud and clear.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Great job on the introduction. I know you're the ambassador of the month, and I know when it comes to new rising stars, myself, Nenad, Ramin, of course, we all love hearing from our new leadership course. So I know it's your first webinar, and thank you for that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Sunday night, April 24th conference call. It's an absolute honor and pleasure to be on this call, and I want to thank everyone who's called in. Wow, I see the lines going through the roof. We got callers in from all continents, from all parts of the world, whether it's in the middle of the morning or whether it's in the evening or afternoon. Everyone's on, so I want to wish everyone a good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. It's an absolute honor and pleasure for me as we catch up right after our convention to be co-hosting, of course, with our amazing CTO, Nenad Calma, who's, of course, as you heard, the genius, the brainchild behind everything that we create at Global Wealth Trade with our software, our development, our website, and, of course, as you all know, our amazing founder, CEO, the visionary, the man who just got featured in the Hall of Fame of Network Marketing, who's also on the call with us tonight. So I'm just going to do a quick sound. Nenad, sir, are you on the call? Ramin, sir, are you on the call with us?
Well, folks who are on this call tonight, I can't believe that we just ended our 10th year and starting our 11th year. The next decade just starts now, and this is basically the first official call of the second decade of GWT. So this particular call is the first official call of the second decade of GWT, which ends the first decade of GWT. I have to tell you a little bit about how Nenad Calma became about. He's been with me, I guess it's late 2005. It was April 5th, 2005 that I incorporated Global Wealth Trade. It was late March 2005 that I wrote the blueprint for Global Wealth Trade. And it was around Christmas time of 2005, 6 months later, while working on building the infrastructure, Nenad walked into my new waterfront condo and he says, just to say hello. And he asked me a question that changed his life forever. He says, what are you up to these days? And I told him launching a new company. He had known me for 20 years. He knows my history. He says, do you have a website? I said, yeah. I showed him my website, and needless to say, it wasn't very good. And, of course, every time he went to click on a button, it wouldn't work. I said, don't click on it. It was just basically static buttons that didn't actually work. So then that said to me, it says, Ramin, I'm going to take the next 2 weeks that during Christmas time, I'm going to help you out and clean up this website and make it work. And here we are now, 10 years later. He's still helping out. And of course, he's the genius behind the entire web development, which is a multi-million-dollar platform. Now, if you are on the call, just say hello, because I know you're on the call.
Hey, Ramin, I'm back.
I know that. Do you remember those days?
Oh, do I ever?
Do we have Sanaz on the call back? Okay, so Sanaz is still trying to get back on. Well, Nenad, here we are entering our decade 2. I know we have 3 or 4 times updated the website over the years. But this one's quite different than anything else we've ever done. I mean, we've even changed softwares in the past, where we once spent $500,000 on new software. But this particular multi-million-dollar platform is quite different, isn't it?
Oh, it's completely different. We're totally bringing it to the next level. We're working with an extremely talented team of people today. It's not just me by myself doing it anymore. We are in the next decade, and we're bringing the IT systems to the next decade. We are building a platform that is equivalent to those used by major banks and the government of Canada and other major companies from power point of view, from the flexibility perspective, and from the most importantly from the security perspective. We are absolutely beefing up our server, launching a new infrastructure very shortly, and we are very, very excited that this infrastructure will bring us to this next decade and allow us to build our IT systems to where they've never been before.
So no, you're the Chief Technology Officer. I know you do a lot of groundwork yourself, but you're overlooking, what now, 16 programmers that are doing this?
That's right. We have 16 members of the team right now, and we have actually 16 programmers, and we also have the whole graphics and media team. So it's a pretty big team right now that I'm overlooking. It's absolutely amazing where we've come in the last 10 years. From me being the photographer, designer, and programmer, videographer, and everything else in between, now we have an amazing team of people that make me look good today, because I don't do all the work myself. I really give props to my whole team for putting together everything we're going to be launching starting from today and in the next weeks and months to come.
Sanaz, if you're on the call, just say hello so we know you're on the call. Well, Nenad, this software. Oh, we could hear you good. Great. No, no, no,
I
we're
just
just chatting.
I just need to be made a presenter so I can show my screen, please. Thank you.
Sure. Nenad and I were just chatting about 2006 when he came for 2 weeks, so 2005 to 2 weeks to help me up clean up some things, and here we are. And Sanaz was a similar story. Just a few months after that, as we started accepting application forms in Toronto and Montreal, and showed up to a meeting, and we were doing a boot camp. I think we had a dozen distributors or LCs at the time, in a couple of dozen in Toronto, and I was doing a boot camp. And those days, just like that, I was the tour guy, I was the presentation guy, I was a trainer. I actually did the boot camps myself, and I was there. And Sanaz still makes fun of my yellow, orange shirt I was wearing that day. And we're doing it in restaurants, and this young lady, vibrant young lady, walked in. Somebody had invited her to the boot camp. She had heard of me previously from another company that she was with, and their top distributor there was one of my students already previously. So she came in, and she asked me, tell me the compensation plan, and within 2 minutes, on a napkin, literally on a napkin, I showed her the compensation plan, and she says, I'm in. She got in. That year, she became our top income earner. She won our President's Cup. She's our very first President's Cup winner, but there was something special about her, and it was a tough decision to make at the time because, you know, you got your top earner, you don't want to take him off the field. But I realized that building the infrastructure is more important than building sales. You can always build the sales, but if you build the sales without infrastructure, then the company will collapse. So I brought her on board, and she's gone through the ranks, and today she's a senior vice president and creative director, overlooks a very large design team, and people always ask, like, Sanaz, does she design everything by herself? Well, there was a time that we did that back in those days, but for the past 5 or 6 years, there's a group of 30 to 31, depends on how many people we use, from around the world, because we're a global business, that submit constantly designs that we require. Sanaz puts on the guidelines, they come back, we eliminate, we make changes, we upgrade. Some of the stuff is done in-house still because we want to have a very strong grasp on it, which is all the time pieces done in-house, all the frame wash pieces done in-house in our office, plus some of the luggage. Pretty much there's a lot of in-house development as well with Sanaz, but obviously we got 1,400 SKUs. We probably get about over 10,000 designs a year that we need to eliminate from, and so not everything is done in-house, but Sanaz overlooks everything.
When Ramin, myself, and Nenad, when we look back about 9 years ago when this company was launched, you know, and where we started and where we are today and what we're going to launch tonight and what we're going to share with all of you tonight, I know that all three of us get pretty emotional because we've just come such a long way where with this company, where it was a startup company. You know, our CEO started this from his home office. It started from his kitchen table, and here we are celebrating our 10-year anniversary. And I got to tell you, the night of the gala, I went inside the ballroom just before everyone came in, and I kind of just twirled in the middle of the dance floor, and I looked around, and I said, this room is going to be soon filled with all of our luxury consultants from all across the globe. And it really had me emotional because, you know, we've worked so hard to build this company. We worked one distributor at a time, built a solid infrastructure, and I truly believe that the past 10 years has been building that solid foundation and structure. And I have no doubt that in the next 10 years, not only next 10 years, in the next 5 years, we're going to absolutely explode, and I cannot wait, you know, until we get there. I'm just going to do one more sound check just to see if our CEO is back. Just, can you just, or Renee, make my screen as a moderator so we can get the call started. Ramin, sir, are you on the call? All right, we're going to wait till we get Ramin. Nenad, if you can just share your screen for me, please, and unmute Ramin. He is on the call, so we can get started, and we'll get you to be the presenter and moderator, Nenad. Since you have the best one and you're not getting kicked off. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we wait, I do apologize for the technical difficulty. I guess we got everyone so excited and so many people calling in from all across the globe that, of course, we have our jam-packed lines. And just before we get started, you know, tonight what we're going to do is we are going to take all of you, you know, through, of course, some of the releases that all of you got a chance to see at convention. You guys all had a chance to see the website. For those of you who were there, you got a chance to talk a little bit about all the product launches. I'm sure all of you have already been seeing all of the products that are launched. We had, of course, our sunglasses. We had our men's shoes. We had our timepieces that have been launched recently, and there's much more to come in the coming week. So again, we are going to be absolutely baffling you with all of it. I hope that all of you are on your monthly IA, because you're going to have to save up your IA to get all your favorite products, because this year, of course, as you all saw, Ferry on the Runway was a massive product release with purses, of course, our shoes, wallets, accessories, men's briefcases, belts, you name it. It was on the runway, and there's so much more to come. So I'm extremely excited, you know, to be sharing everything with all of you, to be launching everything with all of you. And, you know, Nenad, I know that you have some pretty cool stuff that you are going to be launching tonight as well when it comes to the website. The website has been down for the past couple of hours as you've been working on that. So just maybe share with our callers a little bit of what they're going to be expecting tonight.
Yes, Sanaz, thank you for that. I'm actually in process of synchronizing our new website from our development server to the live server. So I can show my screen right now, because all you're going to see is a whole bunch of code and the screens that are happening. So your site, your brand new site, is currently being transferred and synced from our development server, and my goal is to have it live before the end of this. So so yeah, I'm very excited about that. The website that we've discussed over the last couple of months, all the latest updates, is just the first phase of what we are going to be doing this year. Our new server infrastructure is in place, and it's in final phases of testing, and we have a plan on launching it next weekend and transferring over our website to our new powerful servers with co-location in China and other countries around the world for better performance and accessibility from anywhere you are in the world. So I'm very excited about that. We're working hard. We've been working hard for the last couple of months to get this infrastructure that'll get us absolutely monumental advantage in our IT department and ability to build on from there. After our infrastructure launched, we are working on development on the next 3 phases for our new software. So the front end of the website we're launching today. We'll be working on brand new landing pages, which I've discussed and shared with those who were able to attend at the convention. This is the brand new e-marketing, online marketing way to build your business and promote your business with absolutely beautiful landing pages. That's coming up in about a month from now. After that, we'll be launching your brand new back office, our admin back office to serve you better. And most of all, this coming week we'll be launching also a live chat support. This is the pilot project we are launching this week. We have our staff training happening tomorrow, and sometime tomorrow or day after we'll be launching our live chat support for a limited number of time per day to test how it's going and how it's going to affect our workload in the back end. We hope this will provide you a service, especially for people who want to call us internationally and don't want to incur long distance calls. You'll be able to use our live chat support. I'm very, very excited about that. So our software is getting better. The development process is advancing. We're already starting some beta testing of all the upcoming features, and as we have new releases and new launches, I will make sure that we have all the training, all the presentation, and all the tools available to you to know all the new available tools. But today what we're doing is we're starting the fresh new look, the new navigation of your product galleries, brand new opportunity page, new VIP page, and pretty much refreshed, modern, clean looking website that will be hopefully much easier to navigate and use, better organization, and hopefully much more pleasant for your clients. So I'm very, very excited to launch it tonight, and keep your eyes open on our website. Our website is currently taken down, and my hope is to have the new one live in the next hour or so.
Then that would be great. Tonight's about important releases and updates, and it's an exclusive webinar. You have both myself and my right-hand people, which is Sanaz, Hooman, and Nenad, Calma on this call, which is very rare as we're all extremely busy running this global business. The very first thing that Nenad was talking about was launching the website. A lot of you are very, very excited. We talked about how elaborate this operation is, and Nenad doesn't get a lot of attention up front because what they do is in the back end, which is the heart and soul of our business. Every single transaction that takes place is because of his system. All around the world, there's literally thousands of branches that happens within the binary platform. The system recognizes every single movement. Now you can imagine how much work that is. I don't know if I got the right numbers, and it's like 400,000 lines of code, so 4 million lines of code, whatever it is. Whatever he's created, I know for sure you could run a 747 jetliner with it. So this is that's how elaborate that is. Now, there's so many new developments that's happening, the changes are happening, upgrades that actually had Renee come up to say, look, Ramin, and with everything that's coming up, we really should be calling this phase 6 because it is, the upgrades are too monumental. So officially, we're going to call it phase 6, the momentum phase. So because everything we've done is to make your business faster, easier, more pleasant, making more profits, faster profits. So it's phase 6 officially called the momentum phase. Now, our objective was 4 different things. Now, little J, if my voice is not good, if something happens, please let me know so I don't continue. I'm assuming everything's working well right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I hear you. Perfect.
Perfect. So the momentum phase, they have 4 objectives. One of them was massively increase momentum and exponential growth. Basically, if your business is growing, if it's doubling its size, I don't know, if you're 20 becoming 40, if it takes 6 months, we want to do that in 2 weeks. If it takes 2,000, it's become 4,000. If it takes you a year and a half to do it, we want to do that in 6 months. So we want to, that's called exponential growth. And how you do that is you have to create what's called critical mass. Critical mass takes place where the systems are so lined up together that the time that it takes for a new LC to get up and going, that's been shortened from, say, if it was 4 weeks right now, we want to shorten that to 2 weeks. If it takes, for example, a new person to launch a new video in 2 days, the new system is designed to make sure that you do it in 1 day or in 6 hours. So that's how you create critical mass. So number 1, massively increase momentum and exponential growth. 2, simplify the packages and the processes. And so we've done that. 3, improve the shopping experience to increase retail sales, because I am a believer that for us to hit the billion, we must increase retail sales. That obviously increases retail profits. That increases CV, commissionable volume for you. So what you want is as many sales going through your organization as possible. So when that happens, more commissionable retail profits are being passed on to your people. Of course, they're happy, and then you getting the CV from all those sales that makes a cycle for you. So ultimately, obviously, that's what we want that we try to accomplish. Third, massively increase the immediate profits. We already know we have the best compensation plan in the world. It's been undisputed for the past 10 years. We've been saying it publicly. But what we wanted to do is that everyone understands the residual aspect of GWT, but how can we have more immediate impact as soon as you launch? And it was a very difficult thing to do, because what other companies do, they give you immediate impact, but they gut the residual. So there's no residual. It's hollow. We didn't want to do that, because at the end of the day, what MLM is supposed to be is residual income. It work hard once, get paid for life. That's what MLM is supposed to be. There's a lot of companies out there right now getting really fancy to give the illusion that it's there, but when you look at their numbers and stats, it's not there. And a CompPlan guy like me, I can clearly say within 3 minutes why it's not there. We know we have that. We have people making residual income for years and juicy residual income. We got the ED records. We've got the fastest million record, fastest $100,000 a month records. Pretty much last 10 years, what we proved was we had an undisputed residual income compensation plan. So how do we have immediate impact without disrupting that? It was a difficult thing to do, and I find myself, even being a top CompPlan expert, I find myself become master of moving money around. I had to go to 20 different places to be able to do that for you, and I'm happy and glad that we've managed to get it done. All right, let's go to some of the changes, some of the obvious changes that we had to do. Number one, simplify the business. There is no more $500 shopping spree. That's come to an end. That was something we launched a couple of years ago. It's come to an end. Now, Sanaz, if you're on the call, just let us know, and you can present with me. So, however, the people who launched their VDM before April the 7th, before the new compensation plan got on board, then you still have 30 days. You still get the link, and you have 90 days to redeem that. Of course, if you launch before April 7th, you don't have access to the new wholesale profit and the new packages. You got off the old packages. That's why you get 90 days. So again, you have to use. Yeah, we could hear you. Great. So you're on board here with us. So if you have though, if you get the link, ladies and gentlemen, you got 90 days to get your Porsche kit, your $500 shopping spree. Get it done the first day. So if you're not there, if you haven't done it after 90 days, really how serious are you? We don't want to continue the old program. We give you 90 days. Really, we should be giving you 24 hours because if you're on top of your game, you should be getting. Who doesn't want the $500 shopping spree instantly? It's free shopping. We've given it to you. So again, get on top of your game. Get on top of the game of your people. Ask them if they got their shopping spree instantly. This program has ended, but if you launch before April 7th, you got 90 days to get that. Otherwise, the link in your back office, the link in your back office will disappear. So let's go to the next slide. More focus on luxury consultants' profits. So Mega Double I promotion is over. Now let's talk about this. We launched this in phase 3. That was I think 2013, and it was always an instant hit. It cost the company a fortune. Not only it cost me double the products, it also cost me more commissions because we paid the same amount of commissions on every diamond package that went through. But where the benefit for that was, it wasn't really so much for the LCs, although it made it easier to get people to upgrade, but it was really the brand new person that really benefited from that. Well, they got double the products, right? We wanted to change the shift from, instead of doubling the profit and benefits to the brand new person, we wanted to go ahead and astronomically increase the profit to the person who made the sale. So that's why it made sense to get rid of the double IA promotion, and we give everyone ample time. We give everybody, even the 6-year-old, 8-year-old LCs who hadn't upgraded, we give you guys ample time, everybody, to take advantage of this. So if you haven't, well, you had the opportunity so many times to do it. So what we've done now, we've ended the double IA. Again, why? Because we want to make sure to have impactful upfront instant profit for the LCs. So take it away from the brand new person, given what they bought, which is how much they bought, as opposed to doubling it, take that away, save that cost, and give that as a profit to the person who actually made the sale. So that's why the double IA has been replaced with a whole bunch of new stuff in phase 6. The 5% IA match is also discontinued. For most of you, don't even know what that is. The problem with GWT is there was a time that I think we checked was like 17 different ways to get better, either get paid or get free products or get free IA, whatever it was. So this is something most of you didn't even know it was there because automatically it was giving it to you. What it was basically, go back please, what it was basically is that when you launched a diamond package, you also receive 5% of the IA that they received. So if they got 1,800 points, you also got 90 points of product. And this was designed again to promote for the LCs a free product to go out there to promote and to launch. It was there as an incentive for you to go out there and launch more VDMs. Now, with the massive wholesale profit that we have coming up, that came out already, this was irrelevant. We didn't need this anymore. This is when we didn't have that. And so this is also being discontinued. And again, these are the little savings that allowed us to be able to give you crazy incentives in phase 6. That's why I said I had to go to 20 different places to make sure we give you massive upfront money without touching the residual aspect. This is all the different places that had to go. Next slide, please. All right, so it's simplify and improve. Pretty much all the packages, as opposed, all the packages, including retail actually, either been upgraded or it's been eliminated. So the old package was basically the diamond, gold, planks, and silver, and retailer. The planks and silver has completely been eliminated. Gold and diamond has been upgraded. So is a retailer. So let's just go to the next slide, please.
Well, Ramin, the next slide is basically going to start the momentum decade that we've been talking about, the last 10 years of that with the structure that we've been building, and really where the next decade is going to be taking our LCs with the new policies, the standards, and of course the amazing promotions that we have in our company.
Next slide, please, because we still see the old slide. There we go. Okay, continue, Sanaz. Next slide, please.
Okay, well, for me, this slide clearly, oh, if we can just back up one. That slide, of course, showed all of our brand new packages that we have just released in the company with our diamond package, of course, our gold, our brand new Palladium, and of course, then the retailer that we have. And with the diamond, it's $3,599. Of course, it's got the $2,100 value when it comes to the product of the LC. The gold is basically $1,899. Palladium is a new and advanced package of the $699. Of course, the products are $370. LC value, and of course, the retailer at $169. So the all-new Palladium package, of course, offers a higher wholesale profit by, of course, 300% from $50 to $150. It's got more IA-free products than the Plankston for less than $200 less, of course.
So what we've done here is that basically give you a much better package. So for the brand new person, this is an incredible value proposition. They get a much better package with a lot more, for less money, you get more for less money, but at the same time, the person who made the sale now receives up to 300% of more wholesale profit than before. So not only the person that makes the sale just got a massive raise, the person who buys the package also getting a much better package for less money. Next slide, please. I know there's a delay on my side.
Well, remember the juicy slide is the wholesale profit.
On my side, I'm still seeing the old slide, but go ahead, Sanaz.
Yeah, the wholesale profits, of course, Ramin, as we know, is up to 700% increase. I mean, this is amazing. I remember the first time you told me about the whole new wholesale profits. I mean, I literally fell off my chair and I thought, oh my God, the LCs are going to absolutely love this. I mean, their earnings of, $150 for Palladium, $250 for gold, and $350 for diamond. I know people were screaming and oohing and ahhing because, of course, with just 2 people a month, that's already someone's income in many different countries that we know of course, Ramin.
Now, so that's when the LCG came to me, and when I told them that we're going to double, initially would double from $50 to $100, they fell off their chair. They thought it was the greatest thing because there are people now, half amount of VDMs can make the same profits, and some people can go make a full-time income in some countries. But when I sat down and over the week and did a whole bunch of calculation, went all kinds of places, and when I present this to them, they couldn't believe it. They just could not believe it. And again, folks, had we just doubled it, it would have dropped your jaws. The fact that we've gone up to 700%, it just tells you, for me, it's about the maximum value. It's about aggressive marketing. It's about market domination. It's about going out there, taking all the excuses out, give the average person, not the really people who are really strong in business, give the average person the maximum chance of being able to subsidize, replace their income, even if it is but for themselves. Traveling the world now, Sanaz and I, we seek an average income in some parts of Europe, Africa, the Caribbean, many parts of the world, probably South America, is about $800 to $1,000 a month. If somebody right now can go launch 2 diamond VDMs on the gold, and guess what? To be it's up to me, they replace their income, or at least you got a full-time income working from home. 1 diamond a week, you're talking about $1,400 a month, which is more than what an average middle class makes in most of the world. That's what this one monumental change has done to the GWT business. You can change lives, folks, with this alone.
Absolutely, Ramin. If we can go to the next slide, you know, one of the other things as well, of course, Ramin, not only the wholesale profit, the upgrades that we have, but of course with our compensation plan, our volume push-up, we already know that we have the best compensation plan in the industry. I mean, the amount, you know, people buying and selling products makes it super simple and easy, and of course duplicatable globally for people to go out there and, of course, introduce to business, have 2 new diamond LCs, gold LCs, and palladium LCs. Of course, with these business packages, the IA value and, of course, the CD push-up is absolutely phenomenal, because with this, it's so simple for people to also start making a residual income. And ladies and gentlemen, as a diamond member, of course, you get 1,680 IA. You basically get 1,667. That's CV that gets pushed up in your genealogy. And that's something that you can see in your back office. If you're brand new to the business, you can always ask your upline or refer to the compensation plan sheet that's also in your BIF or in your back office to better understand points and CV push-up. And of course, for the gold, it's basically 1,899. The IA in your account, of course, is 896, which is a value, of course, $1,120. And there's a 600 CV push-up. And for the palladium, it's $699 as a palladium member. Of course, the IA value for that is $370, which is 296 IA, which is 120 CV push-up as well.
All right, so this makes more sense. First of all, 4 packages is easier than 5. Secondly, silver and Plankston, we no longer carry those compositions, so palladium is the new one. It made sense to make a change. Thirdly, when you take a look at the circles, earlier I said the Poshgate, the $500 shopping spree was canceled. Really, that's not accurate, because when you take a look at the IA points on these packages, you'll find that gold has gone up from 600 points to almost 900 points. This is even more than the Posh shopping spree that you had before. Essentially, I wanted you to have 1 account to go and shop as opposed to having 2 accounts. Easier to explain. Before it was a shopping kit. You had to go do it separately, and then you had your IA account. No more. Now you launch a VDM, you got 1 account to go from. The palladium, this is almost twice the volume in this package than the old Plankston had, and the old Plankston cost $200 more. So the shopping, the 500 shopping is really here. It's just in your IA account. So it didn't change that much. The diamond went down a little bit, very little. Again, we want to balance the packages. Now, just so the new people understand, IA points, this is your IA account, inventory account. That's the product that you purchase, that you order from. CV is a commissionable volume. When somebody in your team buys these packages or launches these VDMs, that's the CV, commissionable volume, gets pushed up in the binary, and when you hit 5,000 points, of course, you cycle at $500, right? So understand, CV is the volume that goes in your organization, how you get paid on, and the IA points is the products that you purchase from, is like your inventory account.
Fantastic, Ramin. And of course, with that being said, and all the amazing upgrades that we have, our commission payout increases have gone up by 125%. Of course, this is the team residual income that includes truly a real residual.
Sanaz, let me. Maybe I have a frozen screen, but I still see the old slide which says retailer Palladium Gold. What slide do you see?
So right now, Ramin, we are talking about the commission payouts for the retailer, the weekly residual of 2,500 and the yearly residual.
Slide. Okay, as long as you guys have the right slide. On my end is frozen. Yep. Continue.
Absolutely. Go ahead. Go ahead. No, you can go ahead.
All right. So, just so you know, the retailer, I think, is one of the biggest winners in this whole change. Because, again, we have countries that people come in, they can start with 169 Canadian, which is about $120 US or $112 US, which I don't think you're going to find any business with real products that's that low. And the retailer package, compensation package, is basically the old silver compensation plan. It is the old silver compensation. Now, the old silver costs $560.
Leor?
Hi, Sanaz. It looks like we may have lost Ramin on the call.
Okay, so I'll just continue until he gets back on. So basically what Ramin was mentioning is all retailers are getting a massive increase in payout. Of course, the silver payout. All previous silvers actually got a free upgrade to Palladium, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, this is huge that our company is grandfathering that, and of course upgrading all of the silvers that went to Palladium, and of course all of the previous Planktons also got a free upgrade, and they are now all gold members. And of course, there's tens of thousands of free upgrades. It's a higher discount level, and of course gives you higher buying power, ladies and gentlemen. And if you don't know what that means, is that, you know, if you're an LC, Renee, if we can go to the next slide, is that, you know, when you are a luxury consultant with our company, and of course when you are at the diamond level, you are getting the most amount of discounts. And of course, with all of the free upgrades that the silvers and the Planktons got, they're getting a higher discount level. They've got a free upgrade. Their buying power has gone up. But most importantly, they have a higher weekly commission level. And of course, that is our motto, with no member left behind. Not only does it do that, but of course, it increases also your retail sales by you know, the profits that you're earning. Now, one of the other things as well that we've done is our new retail pricing, ladies and gentlemen. We have simplified it, and we have given you an incredible amount when it comes to the retail profits. Most of the companies on average are about 12 to 15%. Some are even lower, between 6 to 8% when it comes to profit. But of course, Global Wealth Trade, having the luxury products that we have, ladies and gentlemen, we have given you an increase in your retail sales by reducing the retail prices. What does that mean? Well, you know, before it was up to 100%, where you can go out and buy an item for $100 and sell it for $200. Well, we want you to sell in bulk. We want you to sell in volume. We want multiple sales. We want someone to go and, you know, buy, for example, a belt and have the matching shoes to go with it, or a matching wallet to go with it. And how we're going to be able to do that? Well, of course, by all of the different enhancements that we've made for our retail sales, such as our VIP customers, and as well as a discount. So what are the discounts? Retailer is at 33%, Palladium 44%, the gold at 55%, and the diamond a whooping 67%. So what does this do for you? Not only does it create more sales, it creates more customers, and it puts more cash in your pocket, because you want to make sure that you're putting in 20 brand new VIP customers. And of course, with the promotions that we're going to be running for the VIP customers, this will tremendously help you out. If we can go to the next slide, please. I want to just breeze through, because we haven't even got to the juicy stuff, of course. Of course, the global revenue sharing. I'm just going to double check. Do we have Ramin on the call with us yet before I continue? All right. So the global revenue sharing that we have is, of course, increased global revenue sharing incentives, where you can rise through the ranks and get all of your shares of all companies' sales globally. What does that mean? Well, if you are a luxury consultant, ladies and gentlemen, it does not matter at this point who is in your team or who's not. This is global company sales. And when you become an RA, an NA, or a GA with our company, ladies and gentlemen, you get a chance to take advantage of up to 2% on package sales, 1% of all IA sales, and 1% of upgrade sales. And this is amazing. And the reason we've done that is, of course, as you know, our CEO says, no member left behind. You get a chance to be able to, of course, help everyone that is in your market, help everyone globally, create unity, and get everyone to work together in building one company. And of course, this is a massive increase in global revenue sharing, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I'm just going to do one more sound check to see if we have our CEO back on the call. And if we can go to the next slide in the meantime. All right, next slide. New gift certificate. Of course, you all had a chance to see this at the International Convention, where we have brought back the $100 GC back. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this was a monumental tool. I remember I used it when I was a luxury consultant. And why is it so fantastic? Well, when your new VIP customer comes in, they go on our website. If they spend $200, they get a $100 gift, which is a $100 gift certificate. It's a shopping spree. It doesn't come out of your pocket. Corporately, we're subsidizing it and we are paying for it. What does this do? Well, number one, it's a great way to be able to thank your customer for, of course, coming out to a tour, sitting down with you, seeing the business. And of course, it's an amazing tool that I used to use as a distributor when I was in the field to talk to brand new prospects, build like and trust. And once they sat down and saw a presentation, I would say, I want to just thank you for your time. Whether they joined or not, it was not relevant. My job was to present to as many people as possible. And every single time that I presented a tour to someone, I would reward them with this gift certificate as a thank you for their time. So again, these are also available for purchase, so you can get them in your back office. For a 100-pack, it's only $8 Canadian, which is nothing, which is about $5 US. And of course, the other part to this is that it's a great way for you to build up your VIP customers and build your retail profits through the roof.
Hi, Sanaz. I just want to share some. First and foremost,
CEO back.
Well, I'm keep getting kicked out. We've never had this type of this much problem, but I know we've overloaded GoToMeeting, so that's fine. The gift certificate. This is your lifeline. If you're having a difficult time recruiting, if you have a difficult time approaching people, if you're getting a difficult time making sales, this is your lifeline. You should get 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 of these things if it's available, and you just pass it on, talk to people about your business. I just became a luxury consultant, launched my virtual designer mall. You like designer goods? I see the jewelry on you. You must love jewelry. I love your bag. I love your shoes. You must love fashion. I do. Here's a gift certificate for you, and get their information. And while you're building like and trust, if you allow me to show you my business plan, you get $100 of some of the best fashionable products in the world on me. So again, this is the type of, you can come up with creative way to present it. However, the gift certificate opens the door for you. You could be talking to 25 people a week, giving them gift certificates, telling them that you want to show them how the business, show them, give them a tour of your virtual designer mall, and within that process, you're going to find 3 answers. I want to buy something, I want to launch my mall, or it's not for me. And 2 of the 3 are very positive, and the third one is, again, part of the process, and you make money, as you know in forensic, even on the nose. Point is this: if you're having a difficult time approaching people, this is your lifeline. If in your meetings, if in your tours, in your city, you don't see every single LC with a physical gift certificate, you have a weak platform. Watch out, presenters. Watch out, leaders. If you want a strong platform, you want to make sure every single LC has these gift certificates. Buy them in bulk and sell them in your meetings, because you want every single LC to give away a gift certificate to every person that comes to a tour, as well as this is the tool they'll need to go approach people. Who doesn't want to get a free gift? People will, with the gift certificate, people will approach people. Without it, they won't.
Absolutely, Ramin. And of course, the other thing, if we can go to the next slide, the other thing as well that we've made super simple and easy is the GC code. where before you had to go into your back office and basically create a variety of different codes and give away to customers. We have made it super easy where now of course, the gift certificate code is SAVE 100. And, of course, some people have been asking, what type of expiration should I put on the gift certificate when I'm giving it away to our prospect? And we always, of course, we always say, give them about 30 days for them to go ahead and use the gift certificate, because you want to set a sense of urgency. You don't want to delay it. You don't want to prolong it. And what you want to do is you want to be able to follow up with that customer right away.
But once you have the deadline on it, you can. That's personal. You can. I know some people have said, "I'll give them 48 hours. It gives me a reason why I should call back." You know what? 7 is what if it's up to you. But whatever, make sure you put a deadline on this, because it gives you an opportunity to call them before the deadline to remind them to use the gift certificate. Of course, open up another conversation.
Absolutely. And Ramin, another thing as well, if we can go to the next slide, that we've done in order to simplify the gift certificate is the shipping. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're ready, because these are some of the new shipping rates that we want to introduce. And in order to help you to be able to build your gift certificates up, in order for you to be able to, have more prospects and new LCs. Renee, if you can go to the next slide. Of course, with the GCs for Canada, we have put the rate for Canada for $10, ladies and gentlemen. For United States, it's $35 Canadian. International is $69, and Africa is $99, ladies and gentlemen. And this is amazing because this can be up to 5 pounds. Of course, the luxury consultants are able to give away the gift certificates, and now you do not have a problem when it comes to, with your new customers paying for the shipping, because of course they are heavily reduced. Renee, if we can go to the GC slide. Of course, what we've done in order to be able to make it more seamless is it is self-cleared by the customer, so they're responsible for the customs fees and duties, and it's of course up to 5 pounds, which most of the gift certificates that people are ordering are either posh or a fairy necklace or a bracelet or a ring. So of course, these rates really work. And Ramin, I know that we're going to have tons of customers that are going to take advantage of this amazing promotion that we have.
Again, these are Canadian dollars. So we've checked other companies. By the way, other MLM companies are 3 times what we charge. If other other MLM companies, when they take a look when they ship overseas, their rates are 100, 150 US. Ours is 35 Canadian to the United States. 169 internationally. 99 Canadian, it's like $60 US. To Africa. These are highly subsidized fees. I've decided I'll take about 1/3 of the shipment cost. Hopefully we can stay budgeted within about 1/3 to get these costs to you. So again, take advantage of it. 5 pounds is still a pretty big package, and people, it's self-clearing. So people who order online, whether it's Amazon.com, whether it's eBay, everyone is used to, when you order online, when the product arrives, talk to UPS and get it clear. So that to the brand new person is not new. In fact, nobody knows that there is such a thing as a total service that we offer our LCs. Never in the history of shopping ever, whether you bought it from overseas, said, you know what, we're going to call it customs, we're going to do all we're going to even pay for your VAT and duties. It just doesn't exist. That's just something we give to our luxury consultants to make life easier for you. So when it comes to customers, they don't get that. They get what's called self-cleared. We ship it just like eBay does, Amazon does, and when they get it, they clear it themselves, just like any other company.
Absolutely. And if we can go to the next slide, we've also given you the same rates, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to your retail customers as well. And the retail customers, Renee, if you can go to the next slide, please. The retail customer, of course, for Canada is $10. USA is $35. International, once again, is $69. Africa is $99. It is the same rate as the gift certificate, but of course, again, it's up to the 5 pounds. And of course, when it comes to our retail customers, it's basically the customer is responsible for the customs and fees and duties. So it's very similar to the GCs, as the retail order is pretty much the same policy that we have.
Now, I want to add something that's not on the slide, that should be on the slide, and that is, again, remember, the key thing here is to bring the retail prices down. One thing I've done, of course, first thing I always go to is bring down my own profits. Second thing we do is try to make a deal with FedEx, and we get fancy with boxes. We do everything that we can to get you these prices on retail orders. We've also taken, we've contributed heavily from our side. You got to contribute also from your side. We've taken 5% of your retail profits, and we're putting that towards the shipping. It's not a lot. If you sell some, if your say retail profit is $50, you're going to take $5 of it and put it towards the shipping to be able to offer you a 35 Canadian or 29 US shipping all over the United States. So there are some areas in the US that cost us $80 US just to ship. So again, the idea is keep the prices down. So this way, more sales are done, more wholesale profits are being given out, retail profits are being given out, and when that happens, more CV gets pushed up in the binary for everyone to benefit from. So again, we've got special packaging, we've got self-clearing, and we're taking 5% of the retail profits and we're putting right in to subsidize the price of the shipment. Now, other companies, again, it's all out there, we've done all the studies, they offer you 35% to 50% profits maximum. Here, it's 67%. Even with the 5% gone, it makes no difference. It helps a little bit, though, for us to be able to cover internationally as we ship to 150 countries.
Absolutely, Ramin. All right. Well, this is the next slide that everyone has been waiting for, which is the brand new luxury consultant up to £5 total shipping service for the luxury consultant, which for Canada is now dropped from 49 to 25 US, from 49 to 35 international, from 165 to $99, and Africa from $295 to $149. Ramin, of course, this is absolutely insane. This, of course, is for the luxury consultant, and we corporately will pay for the customs fees and duties. This is up to £5 shipment, and it does exclude shoes, watches, or large handbags, which are, of course, over £5. And you will know when it comes to placing orders, our CTO, Nenad, Calma, and his team have been working to be able to make this more seamless. And, of course, you are also going to get IA rebate. So it's like free shipping, as we said. And I know this is going to rev everybody up, and this is what everyone's been waiting for.
Again, these are Canadian dollars again. So show me a company you can order from North America going to Israel, going to Australia, going to Africa for about $100 US. And they cover your shipping, your VAT charges, and they cover your duties, and they do the clearance. Sometimes the clearance in some of these countries takes us 2 to 3 weeks to do. Do you have any idea the astronomical cost it has for me when my staff are working on your behalf? On top of that, we give you whatever the cost is in IA rebate, free, which is basically free products for the exact same amount. Basically, it's free shipping. This stuff is unheard of, and Ted Newton from businessforum.org really emphasized on this on the last article he did. He's never seen anything like this, and of course, other leaders from other companies, they don't understand how we can do this. But it comes down to one thing. I budget for this because I want to see our retail orders and go up to, again, when I look at something, I don't look at just one for LCs. I look at LCs, GC, retail. To me, it's all one bundle. I come up with ways, how much I want to subsidize, how much I want to take in to make sure that we cover across the board. And this particular package for the LCs, up to £5, make your life a lot easier because a lot of your product orders are not that big. Before you didn't have this option. You had to go with the 20-pound bag. Now you have this option.
Ramin, absolutely, this is absolutely amazing. And of course, after the £5, ladies and gentlemen, we've also done some new rates for you as well, and we can go to the next slide. When it comes to luxury consultants, and of course, shipping to excuse me one second, I'm just waiting for the slide to come up. After the total service, we also have another one as well for customers that want to self-clear before we go to the heavier weight. These are for luxury consultants that We, as corporately, we cannot clear, or some of the luxury consultants, based on their market or their countries, will have to clear. Of course, this does not include Canada or United States, but for some international markets, they will pay a reduced rate of $79 for international and $89 for Africa, up to £5, not including shoes, watches, or large bags. There is no IA rebate on this, and of course, the LC will be responsible for duties and taxes. You know, for example, a country like Cameroon or Bulgaria, those are just to name a few, or the Bahamas, we corporately cannot clear it for those countries based on the laws of the country, and the importer must clear the shipment. And in this case, of course, you get some perks where you self-clear the item, and that is, of course, up to £5, and it's self-cleared by the luxury consultant.
And everyone else as well gets this choice. So in the back office, it's not just the restricted countries. If you happen to be in a country and you decide to do self-clearing, this is an option for you that you don't have to take the total service. You can take the self-clearing and then save on the shipping fee.
Absolutely. And of course, last but not least, for the luxury consultants of up to £20, which is what we've always had. It's a total service. You place your order. GWT will pay for your custom fees and duties, up to £20 shipment. And of course, as per always, over £20 of a bulky, oversized, or high value shipment, of course, are subject to additional fees. So here you get a chance to see for Canada, we have gone, of course, down to $39. For USA, it's $49. International is $165. In Africa, from $295, it's gone to $250. And on top of that, you still get an IA rebate, which of course is like free shipping. So really, GWT is taking care of your full shipment. And of course, after $20, after £20, additional fees do apply. And if we can just go to the next slide. All of these slides, of course, will be available in your back office, so you can actually see the chart as well. So up to the self-clearing of £20 for LCs. For international market, it's $99 for international, and Africa is $149 up to £20 shipment. Of course, this is over £20, bulky, oversized, or high-value shipments are, of course, subject to additional fees, and there is no IA rebate when it comes to this as well. And these are, again, self-cleared for countries that you like to self-clear, and you will have the option when it comes to the packages.
Of course, Canada, there's no self-clearing option for the U.S. as well, because there isn't that much issue of shipping to the U.S. And of course, we think this is why the self-clearing is not an option for those countries.
Absolutely. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, group shipment. Well, group shipment is becoming more and more popular, and we have kept the rates the same as previous, of course, to reduce shipping. But of course, the group shipment is meant for a couple of people to be able to order a couple of items together and bulk it under one. And now, of course, with the new reduced shipping, most people should be able to place an order for their own. However, if you like to still do the group shipment and take advantage of the service, we still offer that. For Canada, it's $39 with $20 admin fee for every single additional order. For United States, it's $49 with a $55 admin. For international is $165 with an additional $55 admin fee. And Africa is at $250 with the $55 admin fee. Of course, that is up to £20 for one box. Anything additional service fees, additional shipping fees will apply. And this is where it's also now been programmed. You'll get a better idea of what your shipping rates will be upon checkout.
This particular program is the most expensive program for us at GWT, and particularly for international and Africa, even U.S., because the VAT and duty charges on these packages is astronomical. I've received $3,000 VAT and duty charge, just VAT and duty charge, on a package that we charge $550 shipping fee, including the VAT. So we lost $2,500. This is not an isolated case. Italy, Africa, many of these countries. So when it comes down to large packages, they go into a completely different scrutiny. It's a serious problem for me, but we're struggling and we're finding ways to keep the price down and keeping the service going for you. But honestly, my preference would be that you use individual shipments because this is an astronomical cost for global wealth trade.
All right. Well, Ramin, you know, with all of the new promotions that we have, if we can go to the next slide, this entire shipping chart will be available in our policies in the back office, and all of you will get a chance to review it in more detail. And of course, we're always available through our support tickets to be able to assist you. All right, Ramin, this, of course, concludes some of the new shipping rates that we have with the company. And now we can go through something else. We've sent out 2 surveys. One of them is for, of course, the attendees for the convention. And if you receive the survey, it should be in your email. We would appreciate your feedback. Surveys are important. Your opinions matter. And of course, if you're not getting better, you're getting worse. And that's the motto of our CEO. And the only way we get better is if you give us feedback. And we would appreciate feedback from all of our luxury consultants that were at the convention, either via live broadcast or in person, to give us some of your feedback. And if we can go to the next slide, of course, we also have sent out a Very Flawless Skincare survey. And of course, this was, we would appreciate all of your feedback as well. It was included in the e-blast, and this survey is for us to get better and also take into consideration your feedback for the convention.
Well, this one is really important. I want to talk about this one because the Very Flawless, we talk about 8 active ingredients in it, plus the microsilver base. We know this product is going to be a miracle for a lot of people. We don't talk a lot about its benefits. We want to stay as a company that sells supplements but not really make any claims like other companies. If there is a skincare line that could claim health benefits, it's probably this one, but we're not going to get into that. However, having so much ingredients in here and try to balance it out that it would stay together, especially the heavy microsilver. So we've done a lot of testing, a lot of work within the lab. We really want to hear from you about the texture, about how it felt on your skin. We know the product will do amazing things for you. It's more about the application side. So if you get the survey, please make sure you fill it and send it back to us.
Absolutely. And again, a lot of people have been asking, when is the skincare going to be out? We're still working on a lot of the developments of the skincare right now. We're pretty much at its final stages, but once we get your feedback.
And the packaging as well. We're still working on that.
Yes, and once we, of course, have all the feedback, we are working, towards this as well. And of course, it will be released this year. But of course, give us some time, and we are working on it. Next thing, of course, is our product releases. Get ready to shop. Many of you have already been going absolutely insane and posting it online. And actually, as a matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, our CTO has already launched the brand new website. So you'll get a chance to see all of the brand new photography, get a chance to see our brand new website that has been launched. And of course, if we can go to the next slide with some of the product releases, we have our brand new timepieces. Sorry, there was a delay there again. There were some timepieces that, of course, we have released. We have some of our shields that we have released. We have men's shoes. We have men's watches. And of course, we have ladies' watches that have been released. And there's so much more to come this week. This is just the beginning, ladies and gentlemen, with all of the different product releases that we're going to be doing. And of course, we're also...
There was a delay, so you're going a little bit too fast. Okay, it just changed for me for the glasses.
Okay, fantastic. So we have men's shoes, we have our shields, we have our ladies' watches, and of course, our men's watches. And Ramin, I know a lot of people are looking forward to the automatic movement. We haven't released that yet. And I know we're going to get tons of people calling up and saying, when is the automatic movement releasing?
Well, I've been wearing the Ferry Concourse Automatic for the past 2.5 weeks. It's an absolutely a mind blower. People looking at it, and I get comments on it everywhere. There's no place I could sit down without somebody says, what is it that you're wearing? But I want to say this. I want to tell everyone this. It is not for everyone. There is a limited edition to begin with, but it's not for everyone. Automatic movements. The reason why it took me 5 years, actually 6 years, to release it, it took us a long time to find the right movement for it. We'll probably do another call just talking about it. But automatic movements, if you know anyone has ever owned a Rolex, Patek Philippe or Breitling, Cartier, the ones that are actually automatic, or Omega that are automatic, they'll tell you these watches are not typical watches you're used to that's battery operated. And, you know, they're high maintenance watches. You actually have to take care of them. It requires a special platform that when you put it on at nighttime, it's got these winders that keeps it going because there's no battery in these to get it going. It moves based on movement. So if you think you're going to buy a Ferrari Conquest because it's beautiful, automatic, which of course has got a 10th anniversary logo, which makes it instant collector for the future, and we know that happens a lot with Ferrari watches, let alone something with a 10th anniversary logo on it, but it's not for everybody. It's for time collectors. It will stop after a while. If you put it down for 2 days, it'll stop working, just like any automatic movement, because that's what they do. That's what requires a winder. So I want to tell you, before you buy, don't buy it based on its looks. Buy it because you absolutely will love watches and you understand how automatic movements work. Don't buy it, say, well, I put it on, I put it on for 2 days, I stopped working. It will stop working. That's what automatic watches do. So again, talk to anyone who has ever had a Rolex, or anyone who has any type of automatic watches. They'll tell you this is normal. We've got a very strong engine. The movement that we have in ours is 21 joules, which is twice as much as some of the stuff that Chanel puts out. But that's not the point. It's a different type of watch. If you remember the old days, if they still have them around now, the old mechanical movements where you actually have to wind, you know, the little crown, and when you wind it every day, you have to wind it. Well, those watches are still around in Switzerland, actually. It's the same thing, except you don't have to wind anything. It winds itself when you wear it and move with it. So if it sits on for a day and a half, it'll start working. 2 days, it'll start working because it hasn't been moved. So I just want to make sure everyone knows the Conquest Automatic, when it's released, understand you're buying an automatic movement. It's the watch collector's watch. It's not for someone who just wants to put it on every day and, you know, expect it to, you know, to bang it around like your other timepieces. Or this one is your 1965 Ferrari that you want to make sure you take it out and you take care of it. But if the timepiece is absolutely breathtaking, it is the best movement we could possibly put in it. I'm very, very proud. Once you put it next to the old Conquest, and the old Conquest was the hardest thing ever, you clearly see how it's superior in every aspect to the old Conquest. And it comes in 4 different colors. White. I'm wearing the black one, Sanaz. It looks like, so I think I'm going to call it the 007, because honestly, it is that stealthy looking. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Yes, Ramin, and you know the 4 colors. I know everyone's revved up to get them, and they're probably curious of what they are. Of course, we brought back the original brown that we had in the Conquest and the blue, as well as a brand new white color and a brand new black color. So start to plan out for which one you want. And of course, the other thing as well that we're doing is we're working on some instruction cards as well, in order for our luxury consultants globally to be able to make sure they know how to use an automatic movement, the rules that goes with, of course, an automatic movement. Because like you said, if you put it down and it's not in a winder, it will stop working. And what I don't want to do is LC's panicking and calling the office because they just simply don't know how to operate it. So again, if you are that watch collector and if you have the taste where you want to be able to pick up one of these automatic movements, be patient with us. We're just working on some of that, I guess, the instructions for anyone who wants to purchase it to make sure there's no miscommunication.
Well, let's put it this way. You can actually Google this. An average quartz watch, which is a battery operated, average $100 quartz watch is 30 times more accurate than a Rolex watch. Those are the actual stats. People who buy these cards, this type of timepieces, it's not about accuracy, it's about owning a life piece. That's what it is. That's why automatic movements start from $10,000 up. Some of them are $200,000. So understand, even ours, It's going to go, there's between 15 to 45 seconds a day. It'll go up and down, maybe even longer, depending on type of movement your hand has. Everyone's different. So understand, you're not buying a timepiece that's going to operate like our old timepieces. You're buying something that's special. It is a collector's item. It lasts a lifetime, and it is self-operated, not battery-operated.
Absolutely. And I know this is wonderful when it's released. Okay, so coming to its final slide, GWT's first decade, and I know, Ramin, this is written from the heart for me, so I'll let you take us through the GWT.
I'm just going to take it through, Sanaz, and this is the last couple of slides. Look, step back. For me, it's still hard to fathom. You know, because I remember the day I sat down writing the business plan in March of 2005, and here we are 10 years later. It's been great, it's been tough, it's been challenging, it's been informative, it's been awakening, because we're not the same people that we were when we launched this business 10 years ago. It's been rewarding, mostly seeing our people grow and develop, and for our personal as well. And most importantly, it's conquering. As a professional athlete that was in a combat sport, I know I love the fact that so many people said it's not going to work, and here we are. Not only it's working, we've dominated the media, we've dominated every performance stat that the industry has ever seen, and the awards and recognitions keep coming in, month after month. You see it yourself, the number of celebrities and everything else. But as good as it's been, the next decade is going to be much faster, much easier, much simpler, and it's going to be much more rewarding. Why? Because the infrastructure is built. We're always going to get better, but the infrastructure is built. And unlike other companies where they have one flagship product with 10 support products that they developed 10 years ago or 20 years ago, and they sell it, they warehouse it and sell it, man, our product development, it took a long time to build the verticals that we have, Sanaz and her team. And I mean, I'm there and I see how much work involved, the cost that it has. So, you know, that took a hell of a long time for us to build the infrastructure. If you're an MLM company selling health products, you can build the infrastructure in 3 months. If you're GWT, who developed thousands of different SKUs, and develop them to be better, silver to become palladium, you know, to steel to become plankton, and now stellite, and or 18 karat to become 19 and 21, and so for everything we've done, it took a hell of a long time. But it took a long time. But when you compare us to our competitors who've been doing this over 100 years, other luxury designers, we're the fastest growing luxury designer in the world. Just look at our stuff. Just the very Conquest Automatic we just talked about, our competitors have been building theirs since 1800s, and here we are. It took us 5 years, but we're out there. So I want to take this moment now to thank all of you. Thank you for your trust. Thank you for your hard work. I know you guys have gone through some stuff too, and you have to stay with us. Thank you for your attendance for the 10th anniversary, whether it was online, whether it was live, in live stream. We do everything we can. It cost me about $30,000 to get the live stream for you. Hope that all of you use it. It's going to be an unbelievable decade coming up. I hope that every single one of you will be at the 20th anniversary, because you know what? That's when we're going to put you up on the stage, hopefully, as the next GWT millionaire and the next GWT game changer. All of you have this opportunity. There are people on this call right now that launched with us 10 years ago, 8 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 years ago, and look at their lifestyle. You could be the next one at the very next, when the next decade ends, where your life is completely transformed from wherever it is now to a GWT multimillionaire. So you want to go to the next slide, please. So what we're saying here again, the most important part is the next GWT decade starts now. Make it your next decade and make it count. And finally, what I want to say is, to the two people on the phone call tonight, we have an incredible team. Every single one of them are diehard GWT fans. Every single one of them celebrate with you when you win and bleed with you when something is wrong. I can tell you right now, our people are diehards. But the two folks on this call, Sanaz Hooman, our fearless senior vice president and creative designer and chief designer, and she's just super talented, and our genius CTO. You know, even right now, he launched a new website for you. He's still working. He was working all last night throughout the weekend while you guys were having a good time with your kids, hopefully. You know, we're working for this call. This is how important things are to us. I want to thank you, Sanaz and Nenad. You guys are unbelievable. I couldn't have done it without you. I want to say publicly that we would not be where we are without you. And the GW cause, you know, that became a movement, and now it's become a lifestyle. It's there because of the hard work you guys put in day in and day out. Nobody sees what you guys are doing behind the scene. No one sees Sanaz at 2 in the morning and Nenad at 4 in the morning working and going to the next job. Nobody sees that. I do. I see what you guys have done. The first decade is over. I mean, it's hard to believe. And you guys are here next to me, and we're going to the next decade. It's just what we're going to blow up in the next decade. It's the rewards of all the bleeding we did in the first decade. I just absolutely cannot wait. So we're going to finish this slide. If you want to go to the next slide, please. And when you put in 26 years in, and you're relentless on your approach of, you know, achieving certain things, you're relentless on the approach of making a correction to the world's most important professional, then I guess people in the know and influence know this. A couple of days ago, many of you are aware, I was humbled and honored to be in the first group to enter in the brand new Network Marketing Hall of Fame, along some legends that they were legends even when I first got started 26 years ago. So I was really, really humbled. This is a great victory for all of you as well, because now you can go out there, promote the company, and when people say, well, who's the founder, who is this company, you can talk about that one of the first 20 people in the Hall of Fame is the owner of the company, the forensic networker. Brings up what I always talk about, which is it's not how you start that matters, it's how you finish. Because I started just like you. All of us start in the same place, but the best of us don't stay there. This could be you. You could be the next person in the Network Marketing Hall of Fame. So set those type of goals for yourself. It's been a monumental honor. I dedicated to, I guess, directly or indirectly work probably over 1 million people the last 26 years. It's been a privilege to work with them, and at the end of the day, this is a recognition for it. I'm honored. I know I'm getting calls from all over the world, from Iran, Middle East, Africa, everywhere. People congratulating me on this. Honestly, it's a little bit of a humbling experience for me, but it's nice to be recognized. But that tells you that wherever you are right now, this could be you in 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20 years. Everybody invests 40 years into a job. We know where that ends up. I invested 26 in MLM. Why don't you do the same? Invest 5, 10, 15, 20 into MLM. One thing is damn sure, it's going to get you far more in the job role. With that, I want to close the call with my 2 pillars, Sanaz and Nenad. Why don't you share your feelings and thoughts as we close this decade and start the next decade, and we can close this call.
Hey, Ramin, thank you for those kind words, and I'm absolutely excited. As we all say, exhausted and excited that it's the next decade. We'll bring it to the next level and keep on working hard to provide the best service possible, the best systems, the best product we can for everyone to reach that ultimate goal for all of us. Not just us here at the corporate office, but also every luxury consultant in the world to the billion.
To the billion.
And of course, Ramin, thank you so much for the generous and kind words. As you know, I said it from day one. I say it again publicly today. I'm still a distributor a little bit at heart, and definitely will always be one of the strong pillars that is always going to stand by your side to build this company. I'm committed not only to yourself, but I am committed to our luxury consultants all across the globe for us to create the best and most incredible and insane products for all of you to sport and have the best swag out there to be able to really build an amazing business, but at the same time have an amazing product that backs you up. Although that 90% of the people will join our company because of the incredible compensation plan we have. I always say the products are always a bonus and the backbone of it. So I want to just make sure that all of our luxury consultants know that the past 10 years has really been building that solid infrastructure. The hard part is done, ladies and gentlemen. All you need to do is just go out there and talk to as many people as possible. Get all of your no's to get as many of your yeses. And once again, Ramin, I want to congratulate you for achieving a truly an amazing success story with getting into the MLM Hall of Fame with amazing people that I grew up to, growing up to, and that are still MLM legends, and of course, being mentored and coached by yourself through the years that I've worked with you also represent exactly who you are and why we are still a 100% solid company that is 100% debt-free, that has grown into 150 countries in just less than 10 years. So that's what this business is all about, ladies and gentlemen. Whether you launch with us today, whether you launch with us last week, or whether you launch with us 9-10 years ago, it's about what you do from today on forward. So no more excuses. Let's hit the ground running. Let's go build that billion-dollar journey and see you all at the top.
To the billion.
To the billion, ladies and gentlemen. And good night. Enjoy your brand new website, Nenad. I'm on it. It's absolutely amazing. And maybe I'll pass this back to little Jade from Australia, who is basically our host, who did a great job to maybe share any final announcements or words.
Also, if there's any messages that you'd like to read, this is a good time for it.
Okay, thank you guys. I mean, wow, I don't even know what to say at this point. You guys just put a bow tie on the whole webinar. Honestly, just sitting here in my lounge room, staring out the window, feeling very grateful to be a part of the next 10 years. Just sharing a little story that, Lior is my personal sponsor. I sourced him out, found him when I was in the industry, and, I've always just said, and he knows it as well, I've come in at probably the best time ever, and I'm just blessed to be here at the Phase 6. So, firstly, I just wanted to say, I'm an absolute watch timepiece lover, so I can't wait. I mean, I'm literally staring at my computer every day waiting for the Conquest to come out, so I'm going to continue to just stare at my computer and wait for it to come out, because I definitely need that timepiece in my life. That's something that has really stood out to me. I just really am excited for the Conquest to come out. And I'm excited for the new website to come out. Really want to show it off and just help it build the business that we're already building. We have a lot of questions, a lot of comments. I was just going to basically guide everybody to their My Fives. It's just a lot. I don't think it's a great idea for us to go through a lot of that right now. Otherwise, we might be here for another 24 hours. So if we could guide everybody to their My Fives, and I'm sure that everyone will be able to help you. If you guys have any questions that I have not been able to answer, please direct them to your My Five. But thank you, Ramin. Thank you, Sanaz. Thank you, Nenad. And I speak on behalf of all of the luxury consultants around the world. We can't wait for the new website to be released. Can't wait for everything else to just be rolled out. And nothing else to say except to the billion, guys. Make sure you guys are safe. I hope. Yep, go for it.
I just want to quickly add, the new website has actually been officially released. And once you log on, you are able to see it already as well. We have all the brand new business tours, the launchpad, and the compensation plan that have also been loaded and available right on the front of our website. And as well, by tomorrow, by this week, we'll be releasing more products and as well a brand new fashion show video as well.
Wow. Okay. So that really makes me want to end the call so I can go on this website and do some more shopping. I don't know about you guys, but that's exactly what I want to do right now, guys. Let's get to work and let's take this thing to the billion. Good night, guys.